All right, Mitchell, what do we have in store today?
We are 14 hours out from the start of World's Strongest Man, event number 1. And because I hate you, and I love to hate you, I'm going to do what I ate the day before World's Strongest Man, or the evening before World's Strongest Man. For my last meal, and we're at Chuck's Steakhouse. So stay tuned. You'll watch a little bit of me eating. Please focus on the content of what I'm eating rather than the actual eating process, which I find quite personal.
Make sure to zoom in really close when you're
Yeah.
eating.
I'd prefer to release a masturbation video over an eating video, but that'll come later. That'll come tomorrow.
That's so disgusting. Why would you say that?
You've loved them in the past.
Oh my god, that's enough.
As per usual, pre-comp beers are mandatory. And to reiterate, for anyone who doesn't know me, alcohol before competing is scientifically not what you should be doing. But if that helps you sleep better, that's going to be a more positive outcome than sleeping poorly and not drinking. Ergo, this is probably the perfect quantity. And the server swears us a bit because all she says is, "Do you want the big one or the small one?" Not mentioning that the big one is 50 ounces. So should be good. But kicking it off proper, and yeah, if you get pre-comp nerves, anything you could do to knock them down, very important. Not that I get nerves, but fuck, what a great excuse to go out for a nice meal.
Also, I don't think you holding that does it justice for quite how big it is. Yeah, put it next to a cup.
Next to a regular beer.
Okay, regular beer?
I reckon it's about 5,
It's definitely large.
maybe 4, but yeah, it's voluptuous. I'll have the 14-ounce New York, please.
And how would you like that cooked?
Medium rare,
And your side?
baked potato.
Butter sour cream?
On the side, please, would be great.
Okay.
Appetizer, what do we got?
Okay, so for my hardcore strongman followers, this in Western culture is called a salad. And what you do is you put lettuce down, then you go some type of dressing on it to, make it taste like a little bit more. Croutons, which is like dried bread, bacon bits, bit of egg on there, and I got some ranch dressing. And then I got a nice warm bun. You missed this bit, but I also went to the cheese bar, for those of you who have been to Chuck's before. It's nondescript, not labeled in any way, shape, or form cheese. So I tried some of that. It was fine. But yeah, bit of an appetizer here.
How many vegetables would you say that you eat on a day?
Depends how big the vegetable is.
Do you make an effort to eat lots of vegetables in a day?
Not a concerted effort, but a passive effort.
I can see the steam coming off this potato actually right now.
Do you know why?
Please, tell me.
Because it's hot.
Interesting.
All right. This is precisely why I don't do food videos. This is stuff that everyone eats. It's not that complicated. It's not that interesting. So, 14-ounce steak, baked potato, sour cream, butter. Simple as that.
You're a pretty boring strongman eater, if I must say. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
around you, watching you eat everything.
It's just also disappointingly ordinary. But I hope that that's the way that the sport goes, because then participation levels can go up if you don't have the perception that you have to eat 10,000 calories a day to be good. You can be great and mostly be completely normal.
For the people that don't know, how many calories would you say they eat on a day?
Probably 5,500. 5,000 to 5,500.
Yeah, and you don't track calories, like, literally at all. No. You just eat enough.
I habitualize, though. I habitualize, and I know... Good timing. I know what my standard meals are, how many calories they are. There's certain things I eat every day, non-negotiable. The local sandwich from Homestead, if you know, you know. But yeah, it's not particularly interesting.
What are 1 or 2 staples that you would say that you eat on, like, a daily basis?
Protein powder from Perfect Sports. Discount code there's 20. And the sandwich from Homestead, which is just like a normal deli sandwich, some meat. Then I'll have like a smoothie after I train from Athletic Culture, and then I'll have a pre-made meal. We'll have our dinner. It's really standard. stuff.
I do notice that you order steaks quite a bit when we are out and about eating
Yeah, because
on fishing time.
to date, I haven't had a barbecue to cook steak on, which is changing, moving in 5 weeks, and I'm counting the days. And then I'll barbecue steak a bit more. But when I go out, I eat it because I don't eat it too much at home. And when I do, it's like a pre-made, prepared food steak, and it's a very different story.
Gotcha. Well, let's get a scale of 1 to 10 here on the steak here. Cut her open. Give me a bite. Give me a taste test. You've never been here before? You've never been to this restaurant?
Do you want to come back? You went through once. You might as well. That's Ashley. We matched on Tinder last night, and we got to find a way to relax between events, right? All right, medium rare. Let's give a medium rare rating first. Not bad at all.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Very medium rare done. Also, I don't know how other people hold a fork. I know this isn't the common way, but when cutting a steak. Anyway.
Taste test?
Yeah.
What are like 3 parameters that you'd rate a steak? Tenderness,
Tenderness, juiciness, and X factor.
yeah, well,
X factor is where I'm eating it and who I'm eating it with.
gotcha. So it's always a 10 when you eat it with me.
So long as you don't have the camera pointed at me, yes.
So what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for each of those factors, I guess?
We'll just give it an overall. Well, no, okay. Tenderness, 6. Juiciness, 7.7. X factor, 8.3. Subtract 0.5 for the camera being pointed at me, and it's a 7.8.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. Not bad though. All in all, I'm quite satisfied. Very good pre-comp meal.
What do we got here?
We have New York style cheesecake. And to be honest, I could do without all of this except for the graham cracker crust. Just triple me up on the graham cracker crust as a special individual dessert, and very good.
What
But
is your go-to dessert?
any form of ice cream that's vanilla based. As if it's vanilla based, I don't really care what's in it. But chocolate based ice cream is just a bit. I think after you're about 8 years old, you should move on from chocolate based ice cream. Otherwise,
Taste test?
pretty good actually. Quite light. It's quite a light top to this cheesecake, which is good because you want as little as possible covering the graham cracker crust. But I approve. Also, Chuck's, why do you close at 9 when you serve dinner? I told you when we walked in, I told you, there's 2 mentions of senior specials on the door. That's why they close at 9.
Should we close with the YouTube video? We have a mouthful of cheesecake.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope this gave you the satisfaction you were looking for in watching me eat. 12 hours out from World's Strongest Man. Heats, day 1. Cross your fingers that I don't fuck it up.